Well, hello there, everyone. Hope this finds you doing well. It is Tuesday, May the 24th in the year 2022. Remember, I'm just mazske. I'm not a financial advisor, CPA, attorney, etc. But I do hope you subscribe and comment and click the thumbs up and share. Why? Because I can share stories about how I came from sacrificing financially, living a tight life, to being financially independent and still halfway young compared to the average American who works until they're almost dead. So, anyway, the question is it worth it to sacrifice in order to be financially independent when you're older? Unequivocally, I will say yes, it is. Because if you gotta be a little tight with money, do it when you're young. Even though the average American says, no, when I'm young, I gotta party. I gotta buy the nice car. I gotta do the cool things. I gotta spend, get my toys. But then when they're old, they're standing in Walmart as a greeter, wishing they had done something different. So, I'm not telling you to copy what I've done, but I sacrificed. I sacrificed to raise my children. I sacrificed by living in an old house, not upgrading my house. I sacrificed by driving old cars, not upgrading my cars. You fast forward in life because time keeps ticking. It keeps, every day, it keeps passing by. I go to bed at night, I wake up in the morning, another day is gone, another night has passed, etc., etc., etc. Look at the moon, it's a full moon. A month later, it's a full moon again. And a month later, it's a full moon again. The months pass by, okay? But is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. I look at what I'm doing right now with my life, and sometimes I wonder, wow, how did I get here? I didn't imagine this as a younger guy. I did not imagine this lifestyle. But then, here we are. I was out with a gentleman yesterday. He's a neighbor of mine. And he invited us to go out on his boat. And we went out, went over to a waterside restaurant where you pull up to the dock, tie the boat off. He showed me how to tie the boat off and everything. I'm not good with knots, so it's not really a knot per se, but it is a knot. If I get a boat and I practice, I'll get it. I'm not a natural, let's say, with doing it. So we hung out there, we chit-chatted for a while, then we drove back. And driving back, we're just cruising down, bebopping along. The boat kicked back. It's up in the air, kind of like, not going that fast per se, but still, it felt like you're going fast. And all of a sudden he stood up and he looked at me, because I was sitting close to him, and looked at me and said, hey, Captain, take over. I said, okay. So I sat in the captain's chair, and I was like, what do I do? I've never driven a boat like that before. And he said, just aim towards this. He told me a landmark to aim towards, not a landmark per se, but a spot to aim towards. And then we're driving along, and I'm just bebopping along. And then he said, you want to try to do a 360? Because there's nobody around us at all. He's like, you want to do a 360? And I said, sure. I was like, but how much do I cut it? Like if you're in a car, see, the one difference between a car and a boat, when you're in a car, when you turn the wheel, it responds pretty much instantaneously. If you just do that to your steering wheel, it responds pretty much instantaneously. And this boat yesterday, it was more like, say you're going straight, and then it starts going that way, but then you realize, especially if you're at slow speeds in like a canal, you need to correct it back because now it goes too far. So that comes with experience. You learn how much you turn. So anyway, I did a 360 and I was like, am I doing this too sharp? I don't know. I don't want to flip this thing over because then I might not be here today. And he's like, nah, just hold it right there. I said, okay. So we just went around a big circle. I got my bearing straight again and I was like, so you want me to go right through there? And he's like, nope, there. I said, okay. I said, do I need to slow down to go through here? He's like, nope, just keep going. Okay. So we just kept on going. And then he's like, you see those two pilings over there? You got green and red. You want to split the difference? And I said, okay. And I start turning towards them. They're off in the distance. He's like, no, don't do that. Go farther out and then make more like not a 90-degree curve, but you don't just start, because the way I was going, if I would go for it, it would hit like an angle, I guess. So we got to go farther down and then cut over. So anyway, I went through the pilings and it got a little hairy, let's say, because I was like, should I slow down? He's like, no, just keep going. Okay. So then I just go one through, and then he finally like, all right, you can cut your speed now. So I cut it down because we had to go into a canal, and the canal was where it was harder because it's narrow, and there's boats parked there, and it's that whole, you turn a little bit this way, and then it starts moving, and you got to come back this way. So it took, but it was good practice. It was good practice. The point of sharing that story, because that's what I do, I share stories, is when you're younger, you don't always know what the end result will be. You don't know what your life will bring for you. Just as an example, Millennial Mike, he's out on the West Coast in the Seattle area. He has expressed he wants to move to the general area that I'm in. He doesn't know exactly where, but Florida's a big state, but the general area I'm in. But yet, even with that, he doesn't know how his life is going to play out. But by investing, by getting on that property ladder, he drives an old car, by driving an old car, by cutting expenses, by pulling that belt tighter, what it does is it creates options for you. It gives you options that maybe you're not even thinking of today. Because when I sit here, I look out my window and I see a dock down there. My tiki roof isn't on yet, but I look at the dock and it's like, well, that's how I got on the boat yesterday. I got that rope there, but we just went under the rope and stepped onto the boat. There will be a tiki hut there soon. I was out by the pool this morning and I'm just like, I never dreamed I'd have a swimming pool that I have swim in every single month that I've been here. Every month. November, December, January, February, every single month I've been in that water. And I don't have, as of yet, a pool heater. So it got chilly a little bit. I think there's a video where I tied it at something like 67.5. The cold, that's about, I think I swam at 66 one time. That was the coldest. That was too cold. Or maybe 67 was, I can't remember. But it's too cold. This morning out there, the pump hasn't even turned on yet. But and the sun's not fully hitting the pool yet. But the pool was 87 degrees. If you have a swimming pool and you're up north somewhere, what's the pool temperature right now? Guarantee it's not 87 unless you got a pool heater. Okay? And I look around at our bougainvilleas. Google that if you so desire, if you don't know what it is. I don't know exactly how to spell it, but it's like Bougen, might be two N's, Villea, something to that effect. It's a plant, of course. Beautiful flowers on it. They come in a variety of different colors: purple, pink, white, orange, yellow, and others. They come as a bush. They get shorter and rounder. They come on a trellis where they more go up the trellis. They come in as a tree where they can grow like a tree. They come like a vine, kind of where they can grow more like a vine into a viney bush or something. But I look at that. I look at the other side where we've had shells put down versus using something like mulch. We have shells down. We plan to get more plants planted here and put more shells down. We plan to put some fruit trees in the back. We can't do it all at once because it all costs money. But as time goes on then, hopefully I'll get a boat. And then, as I told the gentleman yesterday, my plan for me to get a boat, for me to say, yes, I'm going to get a boat, I want to not only have the money to afford to buy it, because boats are expensive, I want to know up here that I have the income without sacrificing anything else to purchase the fuel, because fuel's expensive. And it might cost, if you go for 4 hours, it might be $50 in fuel. So it's expensive. I need to know that I can hire a plumber because I don't have a faucet down by my dock or my boat lift. I want to put a water source down there because then I can attach a hose to it. And if I do get a boat, when I come back, I can spray it down. Okay, because you want to rinse the salt off of it because it is salt water. Okay, and so on and so on and so on. So it all costs money. So with that being said, that's why you want to be financially independent. That's why you want to have enough income coming in and you want to be constantly growing your assets to a certain point. You don't have to get too big. but you want to grow to a certain point to cover your expenses. And as time goes on, your income should get better with rent increases and everything. But with that being said, my insurance has gone up on some of my rentals, which is cutting into my cash flow because I think the insurance might be going up more than what the rent's gone up. So, but that shouldn't continue forever, hopefully. Okay. But with that being said, like even today, I'm waiting. I should get an email in sometime today with my oil drilling investment. I know roughly what I'll get this month, but I don't know exactly what I'll get this month. Tomorrow, I should get in probably a couple emails on my mineral rights investment. I don't know. I know roughly, but I don't know exactly again how much I'll get. And then and just so on and so on and so on. It's like, as the investments pay off, the income comes in. And rent comes in, oil comes in, mineral rights comes in, so on and so on and so on. So life is good. Is your life good? Make it good. The way you make it good is by sacrificing today. Buy an asset that's income producing, that gives you revenue. It can be a rental house. That's what I suggest you get. Get a rental house and make sure it positively cash flows. Watch my video on running the numbers so you can positively cash flow. Excuse me. And once you get one, get another one. Get another. Get addicted to buying income producing assets, because the more you get, you can make your dream come true. Whatever that dream is. If you want to live at a French chalet, the French Alps, or out in Breckenridge, Colorado, or you want to live in Southern California, or you want to live up in Seattle, or you want to go to Maine, or you want to go to Canada, or you want to go down to Mexico. By being financially independent, you can figure out how you can make those dreams come true. Okay? All right, so we didn't have a burr walkthrough the other day, I think, whenever I said it. Hopefully, we'll have 2 burr walkthroughs today. The buy, rehab, refinance, rent, repeat houses that I have. One in the Windy City, one in Northwest Indiana. Hopefully I get 2 walkthroughs today. No promises. Okay. All right, so that's enough for now. Y'all stay safe in all you do. Keep plugging away. One rental at a time. One house at a time. What's that say? That book right up there, Building Wealth. One house at a time. Retire early with real estate. If I can do it, a blue collar, low income type worker, if I can do it, so can you. So can you. All right? Good enough. Enjoy life. Watch the Orioles if you so desire, because they beat the Yankees yesterday. Play them again tonight. And Mazske is signing out.